What is up, everybody? So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to edit this for my website. This is going to be a product listing, but this is a listing from another website. Beaver is the website it's from, of course. That's why they have their logo right there. So I'm going to edit this and add my Color Max logo and some other information on the side. And this is just a quick tutorial on how to do this in GIMP, so you guys know that this is possible, and it's pretty easy. So I'm not going to do like a full walkthrough, but I am going to show you guys how I'm doing this. So the first thing we need to do is take this logo out of the middle so we can put our logo in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the bottom right here. Make sure we're on the actual image layer. We're going to go edit, copy, and then we're going to go edit, paste. And it's a lot of edit, pasting, edit, copying when you come to photo editing. And then we're going to bring this up to the top because this does have the outline of the other screen in the mesh right here. So then we're just going to resize it. We're going to go to the size tool, click inside selection. We can deselect this now. And then we're going to pull it down and make sure it touches the edge of the other frame so you don't see that shadow. And then we're going to click scale so it can submit. And then there you go, you have a clean screen in the front that you can put your logo in. We're going to take this little piece of tape out, move this roll of tape out because I don't want that in there, I don't need that. And we're just going to paint that in with the paint tool. And we're going to bring our logo in from our files. So I'm using the Color Max logo to put on these, and these are they're gonna have each mesh count on each screen. So I'm gonna just bring in all of those at once, and then I'm going to save them one at a time. I'm just drag and dropping straight into the file. It's gonna load up in the bar. I'm actually going to go ahead and merge down this other layer with the edit that I made so we can have that all as one layer. There we go, merge visible layers. And we're going to bring this down to the bottom. And we're going to have to resize these logos because these weren't made for this particular size. Actually, I might resize this Beaver one. Actually, let me see what this logo looks like when it's resized, because sometimes if you resize stuff too small, it'll get like super grainy, and we don't want that in particular. I am going to resize all these at the same time just so it's a little simpler and less time consuming. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the last two mesh counts that I have into the folder before I do that, and I'm going to link them all together so I can resize everything at the same time. So I'm going to turn these eyeballs off because I only want to see the top one, but I'm gonna do this chain next to the eyeball icons on all of the layers, so that's gonna allow you to resize everything, but you don't have to be looking at everything at the same time. It helps a lot when you want to just make everything one size because it's pretty much gonna be in the same area, and then you can just resize the one layer and everything else will follow suit. And we're gonna go, do I want to put it in the middle? As I just put it in the middle, it's fine that way, I guess. And if not, I'm just going to put it on the side or the bottom or something like that. But I'm going to put this directly in the middle right now. I'm going to click scale, and it's going to scale everything else that I link to it at the same time. Okay, so we got the first mesh count done. I don't think I want to put anything else on here per se, because this is just like a really simple pre-burn listing. Actually, I might actually put that up there. I'm going to put the icon logo and the pre-burn text on here, and then it will be pretty much done, because the rest of this is just going to be switching out the different mesh count layers. So I'm going to do color invert for this, because this actually needs to be black for this setup. This is the color icon logo, well, the Color Max icon logo. So I'm just put this in the top left. It's always good to like do a top left logo on things like this. I'm going to use these for advertising purposes as well, so I might as well just go ahead and do this so I can kill two birds with one stone. I'm making two graphics that can be used for multiple things. So we're going to do the logo right here, and then we're going to put pre-burned screen printing frames at the top. Oh, I have my color selected to white right now, so it's not going to show up because the background is white. So we're going to click black in the colors tab on our control options, and we'll be good to go. So the pre-earned screen printing frames. And this is going to be a lot smaller. I just have to type it out before I do that. I'm going to change the font on this as well. So I'm going to highlight everything. Just click and drag across the text. And we're going to go find a decent one. I think I'm going to use the Nike font that I like to use a lot. It's super bold, and I'm going to use the one in italics. It's called Future something, I think. Yeah. So yeah, Future. Yeah. So we're going to use this one. We're going to do it just like that, and then we're going to add a little bit of spacing to it. So this is the downward spacing tool between the different paragraphs, well, the different sentence lines. It'll add space to that, so you can have a little space. And this is the character spacing, so you can add spacing between each letter. I don't need that one right now in particular. I just need. Oh, that is not burned. That is a D. Typos. Okay, there we go. Pre-burn screen printing frames. Then we're going to put the mesh count on the bottom as well, because people don't pay attention. I promise you they won't notice that that says 100 mesh count. Well, 110 mesh count. So we're going to do... Oh, it's on white again. I don't know, sometimes it changes back. It's because it's not white up here. I only change it up there. This is the master color panel up here, so if you change it up here, it'll change everywhere. So we got 110 mesh count. We're just gonna put it going across the bottom. I hit enter on accident. There we go. So 110 mesh count. Yeah, and this is going to be the setup for everything else. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this off, and then we're going to do merge visible layers. So all of this will be one layer. So all we got to do is turn off and on each mesh count inside the screen. Actually, never mind, because I have to change this mesh count as well. So we're going to turn this off and then merge visible everything else. And then we're going to go ahead and unlink all of these on the side. So we got the first mesh count, which is 110. Kind of decide, do I want to just take the text away because that'll be a lot faster, and then resize the color matrix one? I think I might do that instead. This happens a lot when you're designing. You're like, what makes this the easiest for me at this moment? And the way I was doing it wouldn't be the easiest way and the quickest way. I'm trying to just go ahead and put this on my website. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and resize that. That does look mad blurry, so I'm going to like that. Let me see if I can multiply to make it a little cleaner. And nope, because it's been resized too many times. That also happens when you're doing graphic design. You can't resize things but so many times because it'll start to get pixelated. So I'm going to bring this in again. I'm going to resize it to round about the size that I made everything else. It's not super important that it's all the same size to me particularly, because it's just going on my website, so nobody's going to be clicking through and like, oh, that's not the same size, I'm not going to buy anything. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this to where it needs to be. Drag it this way, and I'm going to drag it up. Go ahead and scale it so I can move it, because I need to move it upwards. There we go. See how there's more, so it'll fit in the bottom, then we'll be good to go for the other swap outs for the other mesh counts. So yeah, we're just gonna put it in there like that. I'm gonna view the other one just to see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring all of the mesh counts back in, which is my fault. I didn't make the decision to make these mesh counts sit at the bottom before, so that being said, they're not always gonna be the same size, but it's fine because you change your mind sometimes when you're doing graphics. So these things happen. So we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna make it look like that. That's fine. That works for me. So we're gonna bring everything else back in. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more of these. We're just gonna drag the 4 in, and then we're gonna drag the 5th one in. And we're gonna do the same link thing we did before with all of these and just match it up to this size so everything will be kinda remotely the same. Like I said, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, but you just kinda wanna get close just for aesthetical purposes on your website. And you can make a lot of things like this on GIMP in your website. So this is just something super simple I'm doing short notice. I just was like, I want to go ahead and put these on there because my website doesn't have nearly all the stuff I want to have up there, but this is something I wanted to launch the website with, so I wanted to go ahead and do this in particular. So we're gonna go drag this down, try to match it with the bottom one. And the direction you drag these does matter because you want to keep it centered to wherever you're gonna make it land. So you can notice I'm dragging outside of this center box so I can line everything up. And then I'm gonna drag back out. I'm just gonna line the edges up to the edges, and then that should be the same size for everything. And save. So that should be easily interchangeable now. So all you gotta do is go back here and move it down. Boom. Again, nobody's gonna notice it's not in the exact same place. So I'm gonna take these off, and we're gonna unlink them. Then we're going to start saving. So it's going to be file export as. We're going to do JPEG for this because it's a web file, so we want it to be the lowest amount of storage possible. We're going to do 110 mesh pro, and I usually abbreviate with this a lot because it doesn't. Okay, well, that's how you feel. We'll just wait for that to come back on. Alright, so I don't know why I did that. I have a lot of tabs open, that's why. I got like ChatGPT, OBS, 3D Builder. Yeah, my computer doesn't like that. So, alright. This program isn't really that demanding, but when you're trying to save stuff, it does kind of act funky. And I'm streaming and recording this at the same time, so you know, computers do computer things, I guess. We're gonna do 110 mesh. Since it didn't like when I tried to type the other thing. I'm going to save it to the downloads because it doesn't really matter where it is. I'm just going to move it later anyway. It's going to prompt me for a quality adjustment, and then we're going to export just like that. That's going to be the first one. Then we're just going to keep going down the line. All we're going to do is change the title and change it to bottom, and we'll be good to go. So export, we're going to do 200 mesh. I need to clean off my computer too. That's probably why it's being so slow also. Quality at 100. But yeah, that's all you do to edit an image for your website or web products. If you're doing something super simple like this, all you gotta do is kind of swap out, do some copy and pasting, add some text and some images, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this very short tutorial video. If you guys enjoyed, definitely like this video, subscribe to the page, and share with somebody that wants to learn how to do product design, graphic design, whatever you want to call it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.